Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing a daily reading, all signs reading. I have some time constraints in the next couple weeks, so I can't do the usual weekly zodiac signs. So I can do a daily, though, all signs reading for everyone, and I hope that's okay for you. Welcome here. Welcome in. I'm glad you're here. So grateful for all of your support. You guys are so kind and supportive in the comments, and it makes my job very easy. So having such wonderful people to read. So I'm very honored. I'm glad you're here. I hope this reading resonates with you. And I appreciate all your comments, all your likes and shares, so we can grow this channel and find more people. So, all right, let's get to your reading. In the past, we have the Queen of Wands. I get the feeling that there's something that you're very excited about, a seed, an idea. Feels non-physical. Feels like as I'm tuning into your past energy, you're very charismatic. You draw attention. Not always. You don't always need the attention, but I get here that a lot of times you have been the life of the party, or I don't know, there's something very attractive about your energy, about your light, about how you perceive things, about what you create in your world. It does feel like you have access to a bit of magic that just makes you you. And I think it's hard for others. I think you don't realize, because you have this magical quality, that there are others even close around you who don't experience their world in the same way. It looks like something happened in the past, a relationship kind of fizzled out. Yeah, it feels disappointing, this relationship, how it ended. It feels like it was not your choice how this ended, and so you had to take a leap of faith in the past, carrying just what you need with you. Feels daunting. It feels like you're doing this all on your own. This could be a divorce that we're talking about. It looks like you went no contact, or had to. You still have this amazing charismatic quality of the Queen of Wands, but it looks like you had to bring in the energy of the Queen of Swords and cut some people off, ice them out, turn your back, because this energy of truth, you're cutting out people who were being deceptive, people who were not investing in the relationship, not investing in you. It feels like it was one-sided, and feels like you survived being just depleted of energy, depleted of care, depleted of love. It feels like I'm seeing the image. I'm sure you've seen, like, there's two plants. There's one plant's behind glass, and it's everybody's told to say, I love you, I care about you, and that plant thrives. The other plant, there's a sign. They're in the same container, same water, same everything, but then the instructions are that people tell this plant how horrible they are, and this plant does not thrive. It shrivels in these conditions. That's what I get where you were. You were in in that glass case and not being surrounded by people who nurture you, feed into your energy. They do the opposite. It feels like they project whatever they don't like about themselves and their world onto you. And in the past, you were absorbing that to a point where you realized that that's not for you. I'm not going to take it anymore. It took a lot to get to that point. It took a lot to kind of remind you that this isn't all that life is it? Is this my life? You know. All right. In present energy, we have the Strength card in reverse. Feeling insecure, feeling a lack of confidence. Feels like this lack of confidence, insecurity, is how someone got into your energy and kind of confused you. Were able to manipulate you because of your own insecurities. Oh, okay. Someone in this present energy, they're not getting their wishes. They're not getting what they wanted on a soul level because of their insecurities, because of following their insecurities, centering their fears, their insecurities. And it's led them here to not getting soul fulfillment. You are showing up in this present energy as the Page of Swords. This is not the first time I've pulled this card, but this is the first time I've heard the Star Wars anthem. Dun, 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 dun. So a Luke Skywalker energy coming in. Young, untested, but with a lot of power. So you might be at the beginning of your Luke Skywalker adventure. Sorry if you're not a Star Wars fan. Feels like you've been fighting the Empire, maybe from the inside. And you've got this lightsaber, the light of truth, and someone else, or the people that have tried to make things difficult for you, they're trying to avoid a tower. It's amazing how this tiny lightsaber, one person having this lightsaber and bringing the energy of love. Wow, truth and love are your weapons. And it's like a cleanser, a disinfectant, and it's making the energy of lies and deception being lit up, being able to see. It feels like people are scrambling, because what they planned for you, they are now receiving that. Oh, okay. Wow, interesting. Wow, they've told some lies about you. And now those deceptions those lies that they spun are the same ropes. They've spun these webs of lies, and now what they spun is now restricting them. It's coming back on them somehow. And the people in their environment are calling them out. I think they're realizing that they've used the people in their environment to spread lies, to spread deception about what's been going on. And now it feels like the people in the environment are kind of putting it back on this person. And it's, they're doing whatever they can to not unravel. They kept you waiting in the past, kept you just waiting and waiting and waiting. And now it feels like they're stuck. Like they can't make any moves because of the how you've responded to this. As Luke Skywalker, the David and Goliath, it feels like you're definitely Luke Skywalker, David, the little person. And so it feels pretty inconceivable that just one little bit of light can cause this empire to fall. But that's what's happening. Wow, what a reading. Okay, what's hidden from you is the Ten of Wands. It feels like you are unraveling from this experience, letting go. You're exhausted from this experience as well. You're letting go of and detaching from. You're realizing as you move away from this energy more and more that you can let go of. That's not yours. Beliefs that aren't yours. Karma that's not yours. Ways of perceiving yourself and others that are not yours. You're like, as you're walking, you're like, oh, I don't need to carry this, and I don't need this. So your load as you go on, you're becoming lighter and lighter. I think it's less about amping up your energy, amping your vibration, and just letting go of what's holding you back, letting go of what's keeping you from just rising from the top, rising to the top. Okay, also what's hidden from you is how you had to carry the burden of the relationship. Could very well be a marriage, a house, a home. Somehow you were made responsible for the foundation. It feels like you're made responsible. This person evades responsibility for anything. They're allergic to responsibility and accountability. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. Instead of like, I'm gluten intolerant, which I am, gluten sensitive, and oh, I can't take dairy, and I can't, and this is all true. I feel like there's opening up for these kinds of people. Like, I am really sensitive to accountability. Oh, I cannot be made responsible for any of my words or deeds or actions. It's just, I'm just too sensitive. Yeah, that's not mine. So it's kind of funny. It feels like, humor. Spirit's so humorous. So you were made to be responsible for what happened in the home, in this connection. Your job was to make them happy. How they felt, their emotions. How could you do that? I mean, we're all responsible for our own emotions. So it looks like you might have even believed that. Like, yeah, it's my job to make you happy, or I want to make you happy so bad. It feels like you had an enmeshed relationship. You didn't know how to defend yourself against this person. You didn't realize you had to. I think you thought you were getting into a loving relationship where you could be on equal footing. And at some point there, you realize, oh, this is not what I wanted. And it feels like you keep trying to say, this is not the relationship I want. And while you're acquiescing and agreeing to the relationship they want, it isn't the relationship you wanted. I think it took you a long time to figure out that this isn't working. And it feels like you just keep trying to fix instead of realize that this person never intended to have to give you what you wanted. It feels like they were telling you what you wanted to hear. And so you're taking your power back. Wow. Again, Luke Skywalker energy. All right. The advice is justice in reverse. You were treated very unfairly. Feels like you kept trying to stay in a connection and make it right from the inside, to make something corrupt upright, upstanding, but it's I'm not getting that's how it's turned out. So what do we need to know about this? Yeah, okay. Bad boss, bad tyrannical leader, someone very married to deception, to control and fear tactics. This person does not know how to lead themselves because they are very insecure. They're going about it the best way possible that they know how, that they've practiced, but it's not a authentic way of growth and expansion. It's a horrible way to lead people. This person might be a horrible boss. They might have treated someone that they worked with or people around them in a similar way. If they knew they could get away with bullying someone, manipulating someone. So what do we need to know? Why is this in the advice? I think seeing that this darkness, since we're talking about Star Wars, this Darth Vader type of energy, the energy of the Empire, that it exists. Maybe some of why it was hard to see is just like in Star Wars, there's, go to the dark side or go to the light. Don't go to the dark. You went right to the dark. Avoid the... What's interesting is it feels like you're no longer afraid of the dark energy. So now I'm getting more of Star Wars with Daisy Ridley. What's her name? The older Star Wars, the last ones, where someone who's not afraid of facing their own inner darkness, that is, you can't fight darkness out here. I mean, you can, but it's a losing battle. It's only when she goes within and faces her own darkness, her willingness to see the scary things about herself. And the more she does that, the more powerful she becomes. And I think that's really resonates with this reading as well, obviously. So funny. So funny. Okay. Yeah, it looks like you're overcoming the past. You're looking at the past very differently from the vantage point you have. You're seeing the inconsistencies. You're seeing from where you are now, it feels like you would do things very differently now. With that being said, send love and appreciation to past you. Past you didn't know what you didn't know. And you were doing the best you could with the information that you had. And so instead of, I should have done this and I'm so mad, you're sending anger and frustration to yourself in the past. You're making it more difficult for you to overcome. What would be helpful is if you send messages to past versions of yourself. You've got this. You're on the right track. This is very confusing. You keep going. I know you've got this. How can you send support to yourself instead of judgment to past versions of yourself? It looks like telling yourself you can overcome these obstacles. You're overcoming them. Keep going. Trust yourself. What is it that you needed to hear? You know now what you needed to hear. Be your own guiding angel, your own energy, saying, you've got this. I know it's confusing. You didn't know what you didn't know. And yes, you're in an alliance with someone who's not really on your side. You don't know that. But you can do this. Does that make sense? So that's the advice I'm getting. I hope that's helpful. Take care. Have a great day.